I finally decided to capture the Joker, and I got plenty of evidence on him, and they sent him to the Arkham Insane Asylum, and then I went to talk to him as Batman, and I had the exact same talk with him as in the Killing Joke. I said, "Don't you understand? I don't want to hurt you. I don't want either of us to end up killing the other. But we're both running out of alternatives, and we both know it. Maybe it all hinges on tonight. Maybe this is our last chance to sort this bloody mess out. If you don't take it, then we're both locked into a suicide course, both of us to the death. It doesn't have to end like that. I don't know what it was that bent your life out of shape, but who knows, maybe I've been there too. Maybe I can help. We could work together. I could rehabilitate you. You don't need to be out there on the edge anymore. You don't need to be alone. We don't have to kill each other. Let me help you, please, Damian. I know you're still in there somewhere." And then the Joker got serious for once in his life, and he said, "I'm sorry, but it's much too late for that little brother." And then Harley said, "We are just trying to help you, you big dummy." And Joker said, "I like her. She's interesting. Is she your wife, little brother?" And I smiled and said, "Yes." And I said, "I swear on my life, Damian Wayne, I will find a way to save you. I know there has to be a way." And then the Joker said, "Seriously, you can't save everyone, Bruce, and you can't save me. It's too late. You should just kill me." And then Harley Quinn pulled another gun out of her butt, and I said, "Wait, Harley, don't do it." And then the Joker said, "Oh, this is very interesting." And Harley said, "You heard him, Bruce. You tried your best to talk to him. It's not working." And then she cocked the hammer back, and I stood in front of Damian, and I said, "I've decided to help him somehow. I don't know how, but I'm going to figure out a way." And then Harley Quinn smiled big, and she said, "Oh, Puddin', you're so sweet and naive, trying to save a big dumb idiot, but he's completely insane, and he doesn't want to be saved. He's just going to continue killing innocent people." And I said, "I know, but there's always another way, and I think I'm finally starting to understand why my father wants me to use killing as a last resort. We will find another way, Harley." And then I winked at Harley Quinn, and I said, "Let's go back home." And then me and her secretly went to the outskirts of town, and then me and Harley Quinn made the wish to the eternal dragon Shenron to turn the Joker in our world into a pure-hearted man with no memories of his dark past except for the memories of me and Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne. And then with that, the Joker was transformed forever, and he had become my brother again. And then my brother said, "Where's my mother and father? Where's Thomas and Martha? Guards, I'm not supposed to be here. I don't know what I did, but I don't belong here. My name is Damian Wayne. I'm the oldest son of the Wayne family." And then they called the Wayne family immediately, and Dad came down to Arkham Asylum because he kinda owns Arkham Asylum. And then he went back home with Mom and Dad, and they rehabilitated him. And then me and Harley Quinn decided to make 2 more wishes. I made the Earth invincible, and then I created a force field technology around our Earth, and then I also created a force field technology around Krypton, and I also made their planet Jupiter invincible. And then all the Kryptonians smiled, and then they said, "Rao has given us a gift once again. He has blessed us with an immortal planet. I can feel it." And then all the Kryptonians said, "Praise Lord Rao, the savior of our race." And then they all started worshipping me again. And then I appeared to my Kryptonian people in my divine Rao form, and I said, "You disappointed me before, but I have given you a second chance and a third and a fourth. Don't fail me again, and don't fail yourselves. Never start wars with other planets. Protect the universe you are living in and help innocent people everywhere. I want you all to protect the innocent, and I want you to all become true heroes. Do not disappoint me again. I have been merciful, but that's not a weakness. Do not test my patience again. This is my final warning to you all. I see everything, for I am Rao. Wherever the sun stands high in the sky, my powers will always exist in every universe." And then I transformed the yellow sun into a very young white sun, and then every Kryptonian felt an overwhelming power, and then they all cried out and said, "Lord Rao," and they all fell to their knees, and even Clark Kent felt his powers surge greater than they have ever been. And I made Earth's force field to filter out cosmic heat and radiation, so it didn't harm them, but it helped make them stronger too. And I knew I had saved countless lives by doing this. And then with my incredible powers, I made every dead planet in our solar system like Earth, and then I made them all invincible with the same force field technology that I made for Earth to protect anyone that might want to live on them.